the blues, the purples, the pink. Come on, are you new here? Hey everyone, and welcome back to Shades of Sasha. If you're new here, take a seat, put your crown on, and welcome to the gang. And if you're already part of the gang, you know what time it is. What's good, baby? So today's video, we are doing my 2024 wrap up, where we're going to be talking about all the units that I tried and actually liked in 2024. And if you're new here, I'm Sasha. Welcome to Shades of Sasha. And here we talk about all things beauty. So sometimes we do makeup, we talk about hair a lot. Okay, so we talk about synthetic wigs, virgin wigs, human hair wigs, clip-ins. We do our own styles by doing some, you know, protective styling during the summer months, like whatever it is, everything about hair, that's what we do here. So if you're new, we talk about a rating system from a scale of 1 to 10. I talk about the feel, longevity, texture, style, color, everything that you can think about, the price point, and then in the end, actually let you know if I recommend the unit or not. And all opinions are always my own, and they're 100% true. So if you're new here, that is what we do here, but let's jump to it. So 2024, very, very interesting year, but 2025, I am very, very excited for you. If you are watching this by the time it's posted or after, happy holidays or happy new year, whichever time it is for you when you are seeing this video. And I hope that 2025 brings a lot of blessing and prosperity to everyone. So for me, my top 10 wigs in 2024, I'm not gonna lie, I don't think 2024 really gave like I wanted it to give. Like I really wanted more from 2024 with the units, but I already saw the lineup and the units that I have prepped for what I want to actually review. I'm really excited. But in 2024, this isn't in any particular order, so it's not from like this is the #1 best one that I think and then the last one that I think. Actually, no, we're gonna do that. I'm just gonna say that they are in order and we're gonna just keep going. So we're gonna start with number 10. Number 10 is Outre Addy, and honestly, this unit, I always like to show a unit on my channel that is like a pixie cut, low maintenance style, that it's like, if that's what you are really into, you have an option. And I really love the color of this unit. I really loved the feel of this unit, but I really felt like they could have did a little bit more. So that's why I think it's at my number 10. It isn't the only pixie cut wig that I tried, but for the most part, it wasn't like up there like some of the ones that I've tried before. So that's why I got the number 10 spot. The number 9 spot actually goes to Bobbi Boss Polaris wig. And honestly, it's because of the color. Everybody loved this wig because of the color of this unit. And I really have to say, and I've said this a lot on my channel, when it comes to color customization of units, I honestly love Bobbi Boss's experimental colors. I think that if you're looking for something like, you know, a nice little ombre with like a brown and just like a faded red and stuff like that, I think you can lean more into Outre. But I really think when it comes to pop of color, like the blues, the purples, the pinks, like you want to be very bold, I think you're going to have a better shot going with Bobbi Boss. And so that is why this unit got the number 9 spot, because I actually really love the color of this unit. For the number 8 spot, I actually gave it to the Bobbi Boss clip-ins, and that is because I genuinely really love how these clip-ins feel. Like, these clip-ins are actually, I think I'm going to be dropping a reinstallation video at some point as well, more like a short form content for people to see. But for the most part, people always ask me, I saw people asking me about my clip-ins, and I think I said this before, but I'm going to make sure I say it again. Whenever it comes to any of my units, and so it's not even just about clip-ins, any of my units, especially if they're synthetic, the moment I finish wearing my unit, it goes back in the box. So for one, I never sleep with my wig on. I don't care if it's a human hair wig, unless it's sewed down on my head, it is not staying on my head in bed. So I always just like to let my hair breathe, and I always put the units back in the boxes that I got them. So they last me a pretty long time. It's kind of hard to say how long they would last if I wore them every single day, because I don't do that. So if that's the type of wear you're trying to look for, I'm probably not going to be the person to give you that best answer, because that is how I do the maintenance of my units. I always make sure I take them off. They get put in their boxes and they get stored and put back up, and I re-put them on if I'm deciding to wear it the next day. It is the same thing that I do when it comes to my clip-ins. I install them and I take them out every single night, and in the morning, if I'm wearing to work or something, I put them back in every single day. So I make sure I build in the time to make sure that I'm doing my hair at the end of the night and also in the morning. I find doing my hair to be very, very therapeutic. So for me, that's not something that's annoying or it's too much. So if that's how you are, that you're like, it's kind of annoying or doing too much to do that, then it's not going to be the thing that I would recommend. I think that they will last you a good amount of time if you do the same type of care that I do. I still have my units till this day. So from the very first time that I posted the review all the way up until now at the end of the year, it's still with me. So I think that kind of speaks volume to how long that I believe that the units last. If one is matted or it's kind of like running their course, like one of the unit, like a specific maybe it's the 3 or the 4 or the 6, whatever clips that they have, I just throw it out. I do not allow it to kind of mess up the flow of how everything is. And I always purchase 2 packs of the hair when I'm doing it. So every synthetic clip-ins set that I bought, I have 2 packs of that. So I just wanted to make sure that I had enough time to, had enough to replace if I needed to replace it. So that's pretty much for that part, why that unit is, why those clip-ins are actually at the number 8 spot. And so for the number 7 spot is the Dashley Unit 16. And I'm looking at my phone because I have notes on just kind of like my thought process of this as I'm doing this video. And the number 16, I think that if you are someone that wants something fun but framed very well, and it's one that you could possibly sleep in at night and it's not a problem, I think this is one for you. It's a more of a short kind of buzz cut. Obviously, like you'll see it on the screen, it's not a buzz cut, but it's a curly afro-ish, but it's a loose texture of a curly wig. And so I wanted one that was not as kinky tight as if you would get one from Amazon. So that's why I kind of went with that unit, and I think that it did a really, really nice job for the type of unit that it was. So that is why I put it in my number 7 spot. So for number 6, I gave it to the Bare Lace wig, the unit 4. And honestly, a 13x4 wig, obviously, as you know, it's going to have a lot of different parting space. So it gives you the versatility of if you wanted to do different styles with the units, if you wanted to actually like put it in the middle part, side part, if you wanted to do like a ponytail, like whatever it is, like it's something for you to work with. But I really did love and enjoy the color of the unit. I think that it was very subtle and it was very nice, and that is why I really like that line specifically from Sensational. I think I did say this in the review, but you really have to be very, very careful, because when they're talking about bare lace, one of the things that I hate is that although the lace, like, so the unit now that I have on is my Letitia wig. If you've watched this before, I did an honorable mention where I said like Letitia really comes in like my top 10. Like it is, I will always repurchase this wig no matter what. And I think every single black girl should have a Letitia wig in just somewhere. Like you need to just make sure you have an option of it in your closet somewhere. So the lace on this compared to lace on that one, I think it was very fragile. And that's the only con that I would say. Like it's gonna really look like it's barely lace there, but it's just, if I have to take my time and really be so careful with my wig, it's just like, that's not the point of why I bought it. So that's just like my thoughts specifically about that one. When it comes to the slot number 5, I actually gave it to the Sensational Kinky Blowout. And this, so I did see that Osher is coming out with their Kinky Soft line. Okay, I just have to mention this because I definitely plan to pick that up, because one of the cons that I did say about this line specifically with the Kinky Edges line is that I just felt like it just, I don't know, it just didn't match my hairline. So I guess that's why I didn't feel as comfortable. I felt like I had to just press it out a little bit. It just was too much. I was like, this almost kind of feels like it's not as realistic for majority of people. And so for me, I really do love the way that the hair curls, like the way that it flows. I love the body that's in it, every single thing. It was just that specific part that I had a comment about, but I did see the kinky sock one, so I'm excited, and I want to see if that's actually going to make it in my 2025 wrap up at the end. So I'll have to look back and see if when I said this, it's actually make it in there. So that is kind of my only take on that unit. So if you are interested in it, I would say go back and watch my review to see if it's actually one that you would like to purchase. When it comes to my number 4 spot, I actually gave it to the Bare Lace wig, the Anelia. And that one has a fixed part. So if you're a person that doesn't like fixed parts units, I would say that this is just skip this one. It's not going to be one for you. However, I want to say the body yada 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 that was on that wig is actually really nice, and I was very surprised because it's a straight unit. So for it to have the body as a straight unit, it kind of just like, it took me by surprise. I wasn't ready for that. I would love to actually see that unit being done, but do it in a curly, not curly like kinky curly, but like a body wave, like with some flow. I think it would be chef's kiss. But she took my number 4 spot, and then my number 3 spot is Outre Aria. As you know, I was always going to do a red unit. Come on, are you new here? A red unit was going to slip their way up into this, and I really think that the color is just so beautiful. And I think we're probably seeing that as a theme as I'm doing this wrap. I'm not recognizing that color was a big thing for me, especially when it came to my hair. And I think makeup, I really try to be as experimental as possible and try to just do something outside of like my normalcy to just try and give myself something of joy, and it really did do that. So I really love the color of this unit and the versatility that it came with. So this one is 13 by 4, so it has more parting space and things for you to do of that nature if that's something that you're looking for. My number 2 spot is going to Jael, or Jael, however they say it, and it's a Bobbi Boss wig. And that one also is the versatile, so it has a 13 by 4. And honestly, I just really love the dark chocolate color, but I really thought the chocolate color I was gonna get was going to be deeper. And if I find one that's the same but deeper, I think I would have felt even more in love. But I really think it is so flattering, and that is why that one got my number 2 spot. And for the number 1 spot, drum roll please, we have the cheap Amazon wig with bangs that I got. And honestly, I freaking love this color. To the girl that I saw on TikTok when she said she keeps replacing that wig because it just is so fire, I hope your alarm clock wake you up one day at the time that you are well rested. Okay, and I hope that your breakfast hits. I hope that there's no traffic on the street when you're going to work, and I hope that you find $100 bill on the floor. I think that was such an amazing video. I really wish that I found this person, and I think I did have them pinned, but if I don't have them pinned, I'm gonna really see if I can find them now, especially since TikTok is going away. But I would definitely say this unit was one that I really appreciate. I've tried varieties, like variations of those units before. I think I have it in pink, and I think I had a blonde one for when I cosplayed, and this one, it just did something. And I think it's because of the color that it went with, that I went with a color that was more realistic. But it's definitely number 1 for me for this year. I think that it was a good purchase. The price point was really good. The texture was really nice. It gave a lot of body for you to work with. I think the longer you have it, the more just realistic and just cool it's going to be. Even if it's like a little bit matted or tamed, like I think it's fine, like it just works. But it is one that I think people would consistently go back and just keep making sure that they're repurchasing the unit. So those are my top 10, I want to say, for my 2024. I do want to kind of do some like honorable mentions, like I said before I did that last year. I still recommend that, you know, the Letitia wig is one that people should just buy if you are really in the market of, I'm interested in purchasing a synthetic wig, but I don't really know what synthetic wig I want to buy. I say that this is a safe enough bet for you to do that. I think everyone kind of likes it. I think it, however, though, kind of lost the body. Like, I think a lot of people did also share that they said that the Letitia wig for some reason was too full. I don't know why y'all complain about it being too full, but those are, you know, comments people have said. And honestly, I love that it was fuller. I think that it kind of lost its body over the, I guess, the last few years of people, as people have been like really into the unit. So just keep that in mind, that it's not as full as it was when we first tried it out. I want to say 3 years ago. So if you were uncomfortable because you're like, oh, it's gonna be too big, it's not as big now, and you can always just like go through and like cut. So just keep that in mind. So that is something that still to this day is in a recommendation. So I want to say like best of synthetic wigs. I think that it's one of the best ones that's out there. It's not the best, but it's one of them. I want to also kind of honorable mention like a lot of the protective styles that I did try and got into. They were very, very easy to do. I really love the mini twist. It was giving me the idea of like, I've always thought about locking my hair, and it was pushing me to that side. So I'm teetering on that edge, you know. I just kind of have commitment issues, specifically with hair. Calm down, because I know I see my husband grilling me right now. Calm down with hair specifically, because I really like switching things up and doing new things. And so locking my hair in that permanency is something where I'm like, I don't really feel like I want to go through the hassle of chopping it all off again and then do it all over. So for now, I just do things like that. And there are a few protective styles that I did see that people have done that I can't wait to try them and show for 2025 what that's looking like. But thank y'all so much for rocking and supporting with me all through 2024. I know I kind of fell off in the end, life happens, but we're gonna do a different video on that. And I really do hope that you all have a safe and a wonderful, enjoyable, and restful time throughout this holiday and as the new year, you know, begins. Whether it's you're focusing on fitness, finance, health, whatever it is for you, I really hope that you do find that in abundance. So thank y'all so much for watching and supporting your girl, and I hope y'all have a blessed and wonderful day.